Do you want to know the differences between living in New York City and in Connecticut? Well, in today's video, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Aaron Bowman and my team and I have been selling real estate right here in Connecticut. We've been helping a ton of clients across the state. So if you're thinking of buying, selling, renting, or investing, make sure you reach out to us down below. We'd be more than happy to have that specific conversation with you. Now, like I said, on today's video, we're talking the difference between living in New York and living in Connecticut. And pretty much we're gonna be looking at the Stamford area because that's really what's closest to New York City. Now, let's get into some of the numbers. Overall, Connecticut is 36.7% cheaper to live in than New York City. The biggest factor in that number is the median home prices. The median price range home in New York City is about $680K, when in Connecticut, it's only about $291K. The median home price in Stamford is about 57% cheaper than New York City. It's crazy, right? Now, if you're thinking about food and grocery shopping, Connecticut's about 9.4% less than if you were to buy your groceries in New York City. That's a huge difference. After you buy a home, you need to pay for the utilities. And utilities are about 19% cheaper here in Connecticut than they are in NYC. Now let's talk transportation. You might actually think it's a little bit cheaper in New York City, when actually it's not. It's actually 35% cheaper to travel in Connecticut than it is in NYC. Now, health insurance is also another one that comes up when looking at the differences between living in New York City and in Stamford, Connecticut area.
Now, how long have you had these pains, Mr. Barber?
No, that's Babar.
And there's about a 9.1% difference between New York and Connecticut. So it's actually less if you're living in Connecticut. So those are some of the numbers or the differences between living in New York City and in Stamford, Connecticut overall. Now, there's a lot of people that travel or make that commute to New York City because it is so much cheaper to live in Connecticut and it's just a short train ride away. So if you're thinking of moving to Connecticut and you're currently living in New York, it might be a huge increase financially for you to move to Connecticut because you're going to be saving a lot of money that you would have been spending on all these other things living in New York City. So if you want to see what's for sale in the Stamford area, there's a link down below. Feel free to click on that and check out the homes that are for sale. Hopefully this kind of sheds some light on the subject, whether you should be living in New York City or in Connecticut. And again, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. All of our contact information is down below, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.